What is up, Insomniacs? Midnight Sun 518 here, back with another upgrade for Sasha the Taco. So today, as you can see behind me, we got ourselves a CVT. That's right, Cascadia Vehicle Tent. Now this one is used, right? So there is a little bit of wear and tear, a couple little rub spots on the cover that I will be patching, but the tent itself is absolutely beautiful. It's in outstanding condition, and I am very excited to get this thing out. So today we're going to talk about getting that thing installed up on the roof. We don't have so much into the setup of the tent because I did get it, everything was already pre-installed and ready to go. All I had to do is add the mounting brackets and throw it on the bed rack, but super easy install. You will need a friend to help you get the tent up on the roof. It is somewhere around 100 pounds. It's not super heavy, but it's just awkward because it's big, you know. But once you get it up there and you get it mounted down, it's real easy to install, and it's sturdy. It is so sturdy. Anyways, so we're gonna hop right into it and show you what we're doing. And there it is, guys. Oh, it's a little bit dirty. It is used, like I said, but yeah, it's a freaking CVT, a Cascadia Vehicle Tent, and I got a steal of a deal on this guy. So we're gonna get him installed on the rack itself. It's really hot out here, but we're gonna get him installed on the top of the rack and then get her opened up and Alright, so because it's used, I don't have to do any of the mounting stuff on the bottom. However, when you guys get these brand new, it does not come with the rails attached, so you do have to mount those yourself, which requires you to go into the tent on the ground to get these bolts sticking through, and then the nut on there so that you can get them screwed into place. Okay, so we got these guys. And basically they slide into the track right here. You'll see they kind of line up with the look of the track, but they slide right in just like that. And then be putting a couple of washers because that's what they had in the kit, and then a lock nut on the other side to tighten them down. But yeah, so what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna have to loosen up these bolts, or these the nuts on the other side, right? And then we're gonna adjust these to the width of the track of the tent. So that way I can run these, right, coming off of the tent down through this guy, and then we have the little support bracket on the other side that we're gonna stick through right on the inside, and then this will run down through that as well, and this will give that support on the inside, on the inside of the little bar here to keep the nuts and stuff from coming back out. So I gotta finish loosening the lock nut on all these guys so I can get them apart. It is a 13 millimeter. So I actually had to take all the hardware off of these guys. Right, I can't move it, it's stuck under the tent. Because this bar, this top bar right here, was over here, and there's a slit that I had to lift it up to get it over because it's 32 inches from center to center of the track of this guy. And yeah, so now I had a friend help me lift it up, but now that it's up there, I gotta work these in there. So I got it all lined up on there. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know, but as close as you can get it. And then I've got the 4 bolts, or yeah, 4 bolts sticking through for both sides, front and back. So I'm gonna get the hardware on the rack bar, tighten those down since it's all in line, and then I am going to get the hardware set up on these guys. But I'll be laying in the bed for this, so it's gonna be really hard to film. I'm just gonna cut to it when I'm there. Alrighty guys, so I got the nut back on this bolt right here, or all of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I got those tightened down, so the mid rack is now solid again against the main rack part, like the mid bar. So now I'm gonna get these guys aligned and thrown on here. It's not gonna go, but thrown on there. And then the hardware associated with that. So it'll be 2 washers and the nut. Alright guys, so I realized I messed up a little bit. Really not that big of a deal, it's just more work for me and I'm sweating my butt off. So these bolts are not the right ones. They were, because it's used, right? These were the ones that were used on whatever the previous vehicle was that this tent was set up on, right? And so they're not threaded all the way through. Obviously that's a problem because I can't tighten the bolts or the nut all the way up to the top, right, in order to make this stiff. So what I gotta do now is I gotta take these guys back out. No big deal, but I still gotta do it. And I gotta put these ones in there instead. So I'm gonna do that. Well, that was painful, but now we have bolts that thread all the way up. So we're gonna get the hardware thrown on these guys loosely, and then we'll adjust the tent again to make sure it's in the right spot. So we got the hardware all mounted up here. Obviously it's on there loosely. These are lock nuts, so I can't get them any tighter than that by hand. But yeah, so they're gonna tighten down and they're gonna clamp this tent super nicely to the rack, which is sick. Well, it is all mounted up on the top there. You can see that we got the bolts and the nuts all tightened down for the inside here. Honestly, those bolts, really, I wish that they were like way shorter than that, you know, like cut off all of this. I may in the future take those off, but not today because I'm really tired. But take those off and then get shorter bolts to run through, just because, you know, you don't need all that excess. For some reason, none of the nuts that I have are fitting onto this bolt. And at first I thought it was an issue with the bolt, but then I tried threading the nuts onto this one and it was the same thing. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go buy an individual one or something. But well, that's how she looks all set up on the top of the truck. We'll get her opened up here and take a peek inside, shall we? So I ended up sliding this guy down pretty much as far as I can go without it being annoying. I think it's still going to be in the way, and if that's the case, I'm probably going to put the max tracks on the other side and the bike rack over here, and that's kind of a pain, but oh well. We'll crack her open and see what happens. So to start out with, we got these 2 straps on here, just Velcro holding this guy in place. All right, just kind of throw those off the other side there, and then this right in here as a zipper. This is going to be the most like difficult part because you got to like reach all the way in, unless you want to climb into the bed, and then you got to go around to the other side. Fold these guys down here. You got to go around to the other side in order to run the whole edge. And now that it's unzipped, I'm just going to kind of get this dude lifted up and over the edge here. Just like that. Oh, we're caught on something. Caught on the ladder. Kind of walking it around. And it just kind of rests down the side just like that. Now this ladder is it's got these little extension tab things because it slides that way. Kind of slide the ladder out until it clicks into place, and it is hot. Oh my lord, it is so hot. See the mattress? Yep, and then from here I'm gonna have to do 2 hands, but we're gonna be using the ladder as leverage, and we're gonna pull the other side of the tent accordion style up and over, and that'll open it up. So unfortunately the max tracks so loud. Unfortunately the max tracks are in the way, so I'm probably gonna have to move them over to the other side, which is really unfortunate, but I don't want to do it right now. So to facilitate the setting up of the tent, we have poles right here, which I'll get these guys out, and stakes if we need them, right? But the poles, basically we have our little window flaps here that come out, and so they're gonna rest inside of this little eyelet, and then they'll actually come down into these spots in order to hold the flaps open. So let me do that real quick. All right, so I have these poles set up in here. I set this one up on the Rainfly. I think you can do it on the Rainfly or this, so you can have a bit of an awning. And I'll roll this up once we get in there, but you can unzip this dude and then roll it up so that you have a full opening. Now there is another window in the front that you can set up. However, it's going to be really hard to be able to get a pole in right here between the truck, and I just don't want to deal with it right now. So I'm going to leave that one down. Also, it's no big deal. Next, we have this bar that's going to slide out and connect, and that creates this little overhang section for us to not get wet in the rain when we're getting our shoes on and stuff. Alrighty, so yeah, that gives you your little awning to sit underneath, but this bar literally just rests right in the edge, right in the corner, both sides, and then there you have it. Well, let's get up inside and check this thing out, huh? Ladder is pretty sturdy. Yeah, so it's very roomy. I can sit up super comfortably, which is crazy. And I am 6 feet tall, right? And obviously I don't want to bring my shoes in here, so my feet are slightly hanging out of the tent, but I have so much room above my head to reach. Like, this is huge. It's awesome. We do have a front-facing window that we can open up. Once again, I don't have the little, whatever you call that, like an awning thing hanging out over here, so that is kind of in the way. However, that is part of the Rainfly, so you can actually take that off entirely and not even have to worry about it. And then we got these nice like not Gore-Tex, a vinyl, I don't even know what material this is, but like windows, right? And then those you can undo, obviously, so you can get some more ventilation going through here. And then you got another door exit thing over here that you can undo, which is pretty sick. But yeah, this thing is giant and it looks really good. I do have the annex for it, which is, you can see that zip line right there. You zipper the annex onto the bottom of this, and it creates a whole little room down here that you can have all your stuff set up on and whatever. And I mean, it looks really nice. I'll probably get that out in a different video, because I feel like most people that are buying a rooftop tent probably don't have the annex with it, and so you'll want to see that in a separate thing. But yeah, this is sick. I like it a lot. So for breakdown, super easy. I mean, you just reverse the process, right? So we're gonna take these poles down. I'm gonna get these guys hooked onto here to just, I guess, keep it from moving around. Everything else I pretty much left untouched. These little edges we're gonna fold back up over top of this, just like that, just so you can get to the zipper. So we'll do that on all four corners. We take this bar off and just slide it back in the little spot in the holes there. This little Rainfly is gonna get tucked back into the bed. Make sure you don't have anything crazy in there. And then yeah, we just fold it up. Super easy. Just kind of get everything tucked away in here. And throw this guy back over top. And there it is, all set up, all good to go. So now that you guys have seen me throwing this thing on here and we got it all set up and good to go, and we checked out the inside and whatnot, there's really not much more to tell, you know? So I did, as I think I already talked about, I don't remember, I did this yesterday. Anyways, I did get the max tracks moved over to the left-hand side, or sorry, the right-hand side of the car, and I did get the bike mount moved over here to the left to allow the tent to swing out completely and not bump into the max tracks because they were sticking out at an angle. But that's no big deal. Just had to move a couple of bolts around, super easy. Took about 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting this guy out this weekend, so I will get some footage at the end of this video right after this that you guys can see of the use for the tent, getting out in the woods, having a little bit of fun. So yeah, midnight sun out. Catch you guys in a few. My dudes, we are off on our little solo adventure. We got all the gear packed up. We got the tent all strapped down and good to go, and we're gonna be hitting up the wild beyond. As you can see, it is now dark, which is awesome. There's not a heck of a lot of cars here, and yeah, we're heading to what I'm hoping is gonna be a pretty back in the woods kind of campsite type stuff. See you when we get there. Hell of a primitive site, don't you think? Definitely a little bit more woodsy than I was expecting, but I am not complaining. Well guys, here we are. Got the tent all set up. Sasha's all turned in for the night, and I am in the middle. Let's see if I can't turn this brightness up. I am actively in the middle of nowhere. I literally found this trail and then drove up it a little ways, because the campsite that I went to was actually just a graveyard, not a campground. So anyways, I came here instead and set up tent. Fuck yes. Got myself a brat, and I'm gonna cook it up nice. I am starving. Alright guys, so here we are in the tent, and it is, shine this light around if I can find it. It's nice and big, and it's way too hot here in South Carolina right now. It's way too hot to be in a sleeping bag, so we got the fire out, and it's off to bed. See you guys in the morning. So I forgot to film during packing up and all that sort of stuff, so we're on our way out here, and just kind of heading out down these trails, and they look much different in the daytime than it did at night. But yeah, we should be out to the main road here relatively soon. We got some big bumps. All right, yeah, we should be out to the main road relatively soon, and that's it for the excursion, my dudes.